A lacking chunk of Stonehenge has been refundable to the website 60 years following it was undertaken. A meter-long mandrel of within the primitive rock was removed for archaeological excavations in 1958. Not one knew wherever it was before Robert Phillips, 89, who was implicated in those planned, solved to back portion of it. British Legacy, that looks following Stonehenge, hopes the specimen might now assist set wherever the stone initially came of. In 1958 archaeologists Groan and Hole Trilithon, a set of 3 big stone comprising of 2 Howwood include stood erect, in the tertiary located horizontal through the upper. For the plant, cracks were found in one of the vertically stone and in procedure to strengthen it, cores were drilled via the rock and metal rods plugged. The repairs were disguised by little plugs cut of sarsen patchy found for excavations. For 60 years Mr. Phillips, an British who now lives in resignation in Florida, stored his chunk of Stonehenge, at first in a plasticity pipe at his office space in Basingstoke and after on the side at household in the U.S. In the 1950s he had been involved by a almaz cutting company driven in to assist strengthen the gigantic stone. The business, van mops, miserable 3 holes in 1 rock up stabilization metal rods were plugged. For the trial workers recovered 3 1-meter long, 3 FOOT, cores of rock and Mr. Phillips took one of them. But on the eve of his 90th date of birth, he solved to back it. Archaeologists expect to analyze the chemistry structure of the mandrel to try to accurate wherever the old sarsen stone might include go of. Though the specimen was presented behind recent May, British Legacy told it had not announced the discover before now as it had to at first know its importance. Historical England told the rock specimen looks inappropriately untouched near the survived stone now permanent at the memorial. The less blue stones at Stonehenge were driven to the website of the Priestley mountain range is southward western Wales but the resource of the greater sarsen stone is unidentified. The opening of portion of the lacking mandrel now tool a crew will be capable to analyze it in procedure to accurate their resource. Researchers include already utilized a spectrometer to see at the chemistry structure of the rock. The location of the some 2 Stonehenge cores remnant a secret and British Legacy is attractive for nobody in any data to pin them. Heath Sabire of British Legacy told this recent item we anticipated was to get a urge of who in America proverb they had portion of Stonehenge. Student the Stonehenge mandrel's DNA could assist speak us more than on wherever those huge sarsen stone born, she added. Professor David Nash of Brighton College, that is guideline the research in the rock mandrel, told it was probable the sarsen stone came of repeated locations. Usual wise suggests they all came of the comparatively neighboring Marlborough Downs, he told. Yet original results of our analyse propose how in reality the sarsens may go of more than rather than one position.